Welcome to the Topical Capacity Building component of the Financial Management module. As a reminder, the Topical Capacity Building component is intended to provide more details on topics that were only covered briefly during the live training session. In this session, we will learn about the specific sections of the Uniform Administrative Requirements, Cost Principles, and Audit Requirements for federal awards at 2 CFR Part 200 that apply to the CDBG Entitlement Program and to the State CDBG Program. The Office of Management and Budget issued the Uniform Administrative Requirements, Cost Principles, and Audit Requirements at 2 CFR Part 200 to establish consistent regulatory requirements for all federal grants. However, the regulations for each federal grant specify the sections of 2 CFR Part 200 that are applicable to a particular source of funds. The CDBG regulations at 24 CFR Part 570 establish the sections that are applicable to CDBG entitlement grants and to the state CDBG program and make certain modifications. A CDBG entitlement grantee is required to comply with certain sections of 2 CFR Part 200 based on sections 570.502 of the CDBG regulations. Accordingly, entitlement grantees and their subrecipients must comply with all of the Uniform Administrative Requirements, except for 8 specific modifications shown on this screen pertaining to the sections of the Uniform Administrative Requirements concerning payment, cost sharing or matching, program income, revisions of budget, and program plans, real property, equipment, record retention, and closeout. A downloadable summary sheet containing this information is available in the Applied Learning section at the end of this module. For the state CDBG program, the CDBG regulations indicate that only portions of 2 CFR Part 200 are required. Subpart A, Acronyms and Definitions, Subpart B, General Provisions, and Subpart F, Audit Requirements, fully apply to the state CDBG program. However, only portions of Subpart C, D, and E apply to the state CDBG program. From Subpart C, Pre-Award Requirements and Contents of Federal Awards, only 2 CFR 200.207, which allows the state to impose additional specific award conditions on its subgrantees, applies. From Subpart D, Post-Federal Award Requirements, only 24 CFR 200.330, 331, 332, and 343 are directly applicable. These are the sections addressing subrecipient monitoring and management closeout. The remaining portions of Subpart D addressing fiscal controls, accounting procedures, and procurement would only apply in the state CDBG program if the state specifically adopts these sections of the regulations. Subpart E is made applicable by 24 CFR 570.489P, which also states that all cost items that require federal agency approval are allowable without prior approval of HUD, except for depreciation methods for fixed assets, fines, penalties, damages, and other settlements, costs of housing, housing allowances, and personal living expenses, and organizing costs. Additionally, funds from any state CDBG grants may be used to pay planning and program administrative costs associated with any other state CDBG grant. In other words, state planning and administration costs are not required to be allocated to a particular CDBG grant origin year. A summary sheet containing this information is available in the Applied Learning section at the end of this module. Thank you for watching the Topical Capacity Building component of the Financial Management module. We learned how to determine the applicability of the Uniform Administrative Requirements, Cost Principles, and Audit Requirements for federal awards to the CDBG Entitlement and State CDBG programs. Please proceed to the next topic to continue learning about financial management.